So I just wanted to mention something that does not come up a lot in average conversation. And it's a good thing to know. Um, a lot of people need to do things. They need to take care of legal matters, or they need to do different things. And right now, the way our economy is and the way our jobs are, and budgeting, and the high rents and the high utilities and all those things, and kind of the things that I was talking about in the one video, financial chaos or financial upset. It was all about TikTok videos and people being very stressed out. And I feel for people who get in these situations. Um, if you are in a situation where you can pay off bills, pay them off, try to get yourself as financially stable as you possibly can right now. But I wanted to mention that there are a lot of things that people think need to be handled by a professional. And no offense to the professionals, but there's a lot of things that don't need to be handled by a professional. So I'm going to use divorce as an example. Okay, let's say you're married to someone. You have kids, you don't have kids, does not matter. If you and the other person that you're married to agree on the terms, so A, you agree to get a divorce, you both agree. B, you agree to who gets custody. You have a written custody agreement, assuming there's children, and you have determined the support payment that you are going to pay or that you are going to receive, and how all that is going to work out. You have no bills, maybe property, like if you have property that's owned together. So let's say you have a house. You're selling the house, you're splitting the profits. All of these things are things that people who have gotten married should be able to function in and come to decisions about when they are deciding not to be married anymore, when they're getting a divorce. Okay? And you should be prepared to have to make these kinds of decisions if you are getting a divorce. But a lot of people will put off getting a divorce or even seeking legal advice because of the cost or because of some other inconvenience. And I just wanted to make it really clear that although an attorney is, a vital thing or a vital person in in many situations, not most situations, but many situations, if you're accused of something, you have to hire an attorney. They're vital, okay? But if you're getting a divorce, something small like that, you don't need an attorney to do that. And most courthouses have self-help centers to help you do things that you can do yourself for the cost of a filing fee. And divorce would be one of those things, just so you know. The only reason you need an attorney for divorce is when you and whoever you married cannot come to an agreement about the divorce. Paperwork you can get from the self-help center. I think it's like a, $60 filing fee, maybe. You could go together. You both can go together. There are so many things that people pay huge amounts of money for that are completely unnecessary. I recently heard somebody say that they were getting a divorce or trying to get a divorce, and they got a retainer. They could get a retainer for $5,000. That was just the retainer. That's just to get started. Okay? That's not the whole and entire divorce. That is ridiculous. Unless you are in a situation that requires an attorney. But not all situations require an attorney. If you and the person you are divorcing agree on the terms, you don't need an attorney. You just need to go to the court and file the papers and pay your $60 filing fee, and you both sign, and it's done. I wanted to bring this up because there's so many people that are under the false assumption that they have to do it a specific way. Whenever you're in a situation where you're trying to do something, you're trying to get something done, and you think there might be an easier or less expensive way to do it, research that option and try to do it yourself. Because the way that things have gotten with finances, with money, you don't want to not do something just because it is financially out of your grasp, especially if it isn't something that's required. All you have to do is agree. All you have to do is have an agreement with the person that you once loved and probably still do love, that this is acceptable to you and acceptable to them, and you can do it on your own. You don't have to pay an attorney $5,000 retainer and $10,000 for a divorce. Sorry, attorneys, but it's not likely. And the only thing that keeps that vital is if the two people cannot agree. If you guys insist on fighting all the way through the divorce, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you every time you have a disagreement and you cannot reach an agreement. You reached agreements when you were in love, and you were starting a relationship. You need to figure out how to reach those agreements when you're not in lust and love, and you're trying to dissolve something. And you can do it. And you do not need to pay $10,000 for something that you could have done for $60, $70 if you just figured out how to get along and how to be cordial when you're separating. I hope that helps, because it's really tough out there, and a lot of people are paying a lot of money for a lot of stuff, and there's not a lot of extras. And if you're in a situation where you want to get something done and you think that you have to go the long route, you don't in most cases. In most cases, you can do it on your own. And I would definitely research and make sure that you can do these things on your own. And if it's something that you feel like you can get through, then at least you have the information and you can pick. You can say, okay, I would rather pay the $10,000 to get a divorce, or I would rather pay the $60 and come to an agreement with my person. Love and blessings.